How's it going, Diablo 2 fans, or Diablo fans in general? This is Carter, and this is going to be a background story of the Diablo 2 game. I'm going to give you a little information about each character class, and you know, their background story of where they came from and stuff like that. But anyways, let's go over the character classes. The 5 character classes in Diablo 2 is seen during the opening selection animation, which is here. From left to right is the Amazon, the Necromancer, Barbarian, Sorceress, and the Paladin. Diablo 2 allows the player to choose between 5 different classes. Each character has different strengths and weaknesses as sets of skills to choose from, as well as varying beginning attributes. The maximum level that any character can attain is level 99. Now the Amazon here is skilled with the spear and the bow. She's very versatile. She is a very versatile fighter. The Amazon hails from the islands of the Twin Seas, near the border of the Great Ocean, and her clan is a rival to the Sisters of the Sightless Eye, known as Rogues. The Amazon is akin to the Rogue of Diablo. Both primarily use bows and both make equal use of strength and magic. However, the Amazon can also use javelins and spears. Many of her defensive skills are passive in nature, especially dodge, avoid, and evade. The Amazon is voiced by Jessica Strauss. The Necromancer, summoning undead minions and cursing his enemies, are his specialties. The Necromancer is a versatile, death-themed spellcaster. Necromancers are the priest of the cult of Rathma from the eastern jungles. His summoning skills allow him to raise skeletons, create golems, and resurrect dead monsters to fight alongside him. The Necromancer possesses powerful poison skills, which rapidly drain life from afflicted monsters. He also has bone skills, which directly damage enemies. While bypassing most resistances, his curses also afflict the enemy with debilitating status ailments, sowing confusion and chaos in their ranks. The Necromancer is voiced by Michael McConaughey. Alright, let's go to the Barbarian. He is unequaled in close quarters combat and mastery of weapons. The Barbarian is a powerful melee fighter from the steppes of Mount Ariad. He is an expert at frontline combat, also to absorb great punishment, and is the only class capable of dual-wielding weapons. His combat masteries allow him to specialize in different types of weapons, and also passively increase his resistance, speed, and defense. His war cries dramatically increase the combat effectiveness of him and his party, as well as inflicting status ailments on enemies. He has a variety of combat skills at his command, most of which focus on delivering great force upon a single foe, while some also give him considerably athleticism, allowing him to leap over chasms and rivers. The Barbarian is voiced by David Thomas. The Sorceress. She has mastered the element magics, fire, lightning, and ice. The Sorcerer hails from a rebellious coven of female witches who have wrested the secrets of magic used from the male-dominated mage clans of the East. She can cast ice, lightning, and fire spells. Nearly all of the skills are offensive in nature, besieging the enemy with elemental calamity. Her cold skills can freeze enemies solid and bypass resistances, but do less damage to lightning or fire. The Sorceress's teleport spells allow her to instantly travel to a new destination, making her very difficult to hit. The strong point of the Sorcerer is her damaging spells and casting speed. Her weakness is her relatively low hit points and defense. The Sorceress is voiced by Yana Young. And the last character of the Diablo 2 original version, there's an expansion pack, Lord of Destruction, is the Paladin. He reminds me of the monk in Diablo 3. He is a natural party leader, holy man, and is a blessed warrior. The Paladin is a crusader from the Church of Zakharum, fighting for the glory of the light. He is part of the forces that defeated King Gloric's army in the first Diablo. Although his order is eventually corrupted by Mephisto, to reflect his holy nature, the zealous Paladin's combat skills range from fanatic attacks to heavenly thunderbolts. His skills are split into combat skills, defensive auras, and offensive auras. His auras have a range of abilities such as increasing damage or resisting magic attacks, or boosting defense. The Paladin's auras affect all party members. The Paladin is highly proficient in the use of a shield, and is the only character that can use it as a weapon. The Paladin also has specialized skills for eliminating the undead. The Paladin is voiced by Larry B. Scott. 2 additional character classes, the Druid and the Assassin, were added in an expansion. What I liked about Diablo 2 and the third one was the player can enlist the help of a hireling, a computer-controlled mercenaries, or mercenary captain in town, or the Road Scouts, desert mercenaries, which is the spearmen, Iron Wolves, which you see in Act 3, I believe, which is the battle mages, and the barbarians from Acts 1, 2, 3, and 5, expansion only. The expansion allows players to retain their mercenary throughout the entire game, as well as equipping them with armor and weapons. Hirelings gain experience and attributes like the player, although their level cannot surpass that of their master character. Typically, players choose a hiring that provides something missing from their character class. For instance, the melee-focused Paladin may choose a rogue for missile support. In the multiplayer mode for Diablo 2, what I liked compared to the first one I used to play back in the day, is Diablo 2 can be played multiplayer in a LAN or Battle.net. Unlike the original Diablo, Diablo 2 was made specifically with online gaming in mind. Several spells such as auras and war cries multiply their effectiveness if they are cast within a party, and although dungeons still exist, they were largely replaced by open spaces. And alright, so I'm going to upload each act and go over the town and the NPCs, which is known for non-player characters, and basically talk to them. And I'm going to go to not every single boss, but just the last boss of each chapter and mini bosses, so you're familiar with the game and the background story. Anyways, subscribe, and hope you enjoyed my future videos. I just went over the hero classes, so anyways, enjoy. Hi there, once again this is Carter, and I'm just going to go over the 2 characters added to Lord of Destruction, or abbreviated LOD. One of the classes being in the expansion is the Druid. Commanding the forces of nature, he summons wild beasts and raging storms to his side. The Druids are a race of nomadic warrior poet kings driven from their homelands long ago by their brothers. The Druid tribes live primarily in the northern forests. They shun to use the traditional magic, as they call it. The Druid is one of the potential hybrid character classes in Diablo 2, essentially being a combination of the Barbarian, Sorceress, and Necromancer. There is also the Assassin, which was added to the expansion. Schooled in the martial arts, her mind and body are deadly weapons. The Order of the Mage Slayers, Assassins, are an ancient order originally founded by the Viserai clan to hunt down and eliminate rogue magi within their own ranks, employing secret disciplines to combat and resist the magical abilities of their elusive quarry. The Assassin's bag of tricks include the traps and other infernal devices, martial arts, and powerful mental abilities. Common people know nothing of the Assassins, but they are widely feared and respected by all who employ the magic arts. Their main weapon are claws, or weapons that are attached to the hands, such as the Qatar and hatchet hands. The assassins are also highly adept at lockpicking, allowing them to open locked chests without the need for keys used by other classes, freeing up precious space in the assassin's inventory for other weapons. The Assassin's Order's code is based on the Black Book written by Sage Lambeson of the Old Religion of Skatzim. See Lameson's tome for more info on the Black Book. Here's a quote from Natalia from Act 3. Here's a quote from her. I've heard of the Black Book. My Order's code is based on many of its passages. If you find it, I will be greatly impressed. And that's just basically the background of the story of just the two new characters of the expansion pack.